I really do not want to go down that line of starting to talk about last week's episode of Skinny Girl in Transit, because I know that once I start to talk about it, that might just be the only thing I'll talk about today, and I don't want to do that because we need to keep moving forward. But I will like to emphasize how heartbreaking that episode was. Like, sincerely, I felt it the moment we realized that Tiwa lost her baby. I felt it the moment Mohammed whispered that he slept with Farida. I was just like, come again? And I loved how Shalewa handled it. You know, she didn't throw any tantrums and all of that. Listen, let's just move on to this episode of Skinny Girl in Transit.
No one deserves my tears. I'm so sorry. Please, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, babe.
This new episode is titled Start Again, which means a new beginning, a new start, both for Shalewa and for Tiwa and Mide, and possibly even for Mohammed as well. Okay, we'll wait and see. But I love how Shalewa has been handling the whole thing. I love that they didn't show her wallowing in self-pity and just being in bed and crying and all of that. Even if she had done those things, that would still have been okay, because people have the right to be emotional anyhow they choose to be emotional or anyhow they choose to deal with stuff. But it's just good to see how far she's come and how much she's grown as a woman. Please, guys, I'm looking for Wosi's lipstick, okay? The moment I saw that lipstick, like, I saw her lips before I saw her face. Yeah. So if you know where to find it, just holla at your girl, okay? Did you guys catch how Mommy Tiwa was telling Shalewa that, oh, they should probably call her, and Shalewa was like, oh, they should give Tiwa space, and then Mommy Tiwa goes, okay, we should give her space, Abi, that's true, then maybe in the afternoon now we can go see her. And in my mind, I was like, but how is that supposed to be giving her space if we are still going to go see her? Back to that scene between Shalewa and her friend Tito, right? And her friend at the boutique. And when she finally broke down and cried, I really felt her pain. But I also understood her reasoning. Like, she wasn't the person who did anything wrong. When it was her who messed up, yes, she needed to cry. She needed to be frustrated. She couldn't focus. She shuts down everything based on the mistakes she made. But now it's not a place to feel sorry for something or to take responsibility for something that wasn't her fault. I'm very happy that at least she cried and she let out those tears and those emotions, even if it was briefly, but at least she did. When I saw that the title of the episode was Start Again, I actually thought they were completely moving past the whole miscarriage thing between Tiwa and Mide and all of that. So seeing that Tiwa is actually still going through that process was actually a relief, because I guess it's a process that a lot of people can relate with. However, I don't know where Tiwa got it in her head. I guess it's a part of her blaming herself. That bit of her saying, oh, it's because of her weight and it's her fault, which on the other hand is understandable, because when you're taking responsibility for something and you're blaming yourself for something and you feel like something was your fault, you pull at any excuse, you know, that you can see to blame yourself. And it's so heartbreaking watching her go through that. So Tiwa handling it the way she's handling it shows how some people handle pain and grief and loss. And if you guys remember, we saw something similar to that when Mide was also grieving is that loss as well. But most importantly, my prayer is for anyone going through that, or anyone that has experienced something like that, that God will console you, God will help you through it, and you know, you definitely come out stronger and better. And for all that has been lost, God will restore. In Jesus' name, amen. So keep smiling, okay? And shout out to Didi. She's such a very good friend, and she reminded me of my friends, because I love my friends. So it's just good to see that Didi is just making herself available for Tiwa, even if Tiwa doesn't know that she needs Didi just yet. Also, I think Didi needs to give this guy a chance. She's just saying it's boring, something. Maybe your own humor can rub off on him. Like they say, opposites do attract, right? Right, Didi? Right? You guys were right about that girl that Mide introduced to Tiwa at Tiwa's birthday dinner. We need to be suspicious of her. I know she hasn't done anything wrong or whatever, but let me tell you, this is how it used to start, okay? Making herself available. Yes, the advice she gave Mide was very good, but I'm telling you, that's how it used to start, by giving good advice, sounding very intelligent, making yourself emotionally available for conversations, things that are not your business. You not be putting yourself around Mide's head, so that when he needs a shoulder to lean on, is your own shoulder. We know your style. Madam, I've forgotten your name, played by Mimi Onolaja. Yes, we know. So we are watching you. I'm watching you with my 4 eyes. I actually thought her character was going to be a passing one, but seeing her again, giving me the good advice, we're watching you. Like I said earlier, Mide also needs to be patient, in as much as it might seem like, oh, Tiwa isn't talking to him, or Tiwa is making it sound as if it's his fault or whatever, or he's being unreasonable or whatever. He needs to be patient and understand that Tiwa is going through stuff that he really cannot relate with, because at the end of the day, it is Tiwa's body. And he also needs to understand that when he was going through stuff, we remember him sending Tiwa out of his house or his room or whatever, when he was dealing with stuff. So he also needs to come to terms with the fact that she's grieving in her own way, and the best he can do is be patient and just make sure he consistently reminds her that he is there for her and that they are in it together. Guys, it's like Mohammed is not all right upstairs. Like, there is something wrong with that guy. I know I was rooting for their relationship, but you don't do something like that. Okay, we give you credit that at least you owned up to your mistake, which is amazing. You know, that's great. That shows the kind of person he is, but it does not excuse what he did. The fact that he owned up to it doesn't mean that we are not going to hold him responsible. It just means that maybe we won't be as angry. Do you get? But it doesn't mean we don't get to be angry at all. It doesn't mean that we get to stay in that relationship. We can still say, okay, juicy. So for him to come and now be saying, oh, you know, I take responsibility, full responsibility for my actions. I'm sorry, uncle, if you don't take full responsibility, who will take it for you? No, tell me, is it me? Is it Shalewa? Who is going to, I'm just saying. And then when Shalewa said, oh, are you going to accounting? Please, dear. See, I hate it when people call me dear. I don't like it. Except for a few people. Even my husband doesn't call me dear. So I say that to say, I find it very condescending when you say sweetie, dear, darling. So when Shalewa said, please, dear, drop this for Austin in accounting, I was just like, Shalewa is having way too much fun with this thing. Like, the tears Wosi is going to cry. She's not ready. She's not ready for the tears she's going to cry. It's Overkaku that is worrying her. Because if not, after working with Tiwa and Shalewa and even Mommy Tiwa and doing all these things and your blue lipstick, you are still going to allow someone as silly as that boy to double money for you. Okay, we are waiting. That scene at the doctor's office, I thought was very much needed. At that point, I was even already thinking that, do you guys think Tiwa and Mide should speak with a counselor? Not just their doctor now, but a counselor. What do you guys think? Do you think it's something they need to talk to a therapist about or a counselor about? What do you think? But the doctor made a lot of sense. Such an intelligent and, sensible doctor that guy was. But yeah, so I'm happy that at least Tiwa is finally starting to talk. Even if she's not talking directly to Mide, at least she's talking and she's letting out how she's feeling it. So finally, I know his name, James Gardiner. Yeah, that's his name. I hope I pronounced his last name right. The Ghanaian actor, the one that Shalewa was eyeing at the club and he too was eyeing her. And next thing, we see Shalewa waking up in the bed. When she woke up, the first thing I looked at was, okay, she's fully dressed. So that's good, right? That's good. She didn't suddenly jump into something that she would have regretted. So she's fully dressed. Obviously, that means nothing happened. I hope. But then James's character enters the room and he's half naked and Shalewa started screaming and I was just like, it was just hilarious hearing her scream. I'm not a fan of people jumping from one relationship to the other because one, I think you need time on your own. You need time to heal. You need time to learn from the relationship you just got out of. And most importantly, you need time to determine if you're absolutely sure that you are never, ever, 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 ever getting back together. So Shalewa needs to be absolutely certain that there is nothing that's going to happen between herself and Mohammed anymore. Maybe not absolutely certain, but at least to an extent, know that, oh, she's done with Mohammed before she jumps into another relationship. But again, most importantly, at the end of the day, it's her emotional well-being and health that I think should be priorities. This episode was a hopeful one, it gave us hope, be it a small ray of light, but we got something from all the parties involved. What do you guys think of this episode? How did it make you feel? I always want to hear from you. Sorry, today I'm very chilled because it is cold. And so I'm just like freezing and stuff. And I was like, it's a sweater movement. But yeah, subscribe to my channel. Check out my other channel if you're interested in relationships and marriages and lifestyle talks and all of that. Just check it out. What do you have to lose? Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. I'll see you again very, very soon. You know how we do it. Remain in God and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.